today we are up on Calamity Canyon. Just testing out the new buggy, trying to continue doing some shakedown runs. So far, so good.
In this video, we're going to get a little bit more seat time in the brand new buggy I just built. We're also meeting up with Brian and Raina, who've got two really nicely built Jeeps.
You ready to go?
Uh-huh.
Do you know how to start it?
Yeah. I know how. Can I start it? No.
Hold on, buddy. All right, Ems, here we go. Ems is doing it. She's rock crawling. So I got the lower gears in it. So Emily's coming up to a ledge right now. You did it, Ems. That's your first obstacle. What do you think? What you got to do is figure out the gas-brake combo. Just how much gas to how much brake. That's how I like to drive.
Emily's been wanting to drive the new buggy as well, so she couldn't wait to get out there and give it a shot.
Doing great. Doing, Ems, you liking it? Is it pretty fun? I think somebody's liking it. The one thing about this new buggy I was really aiming for, and that's visibility. And the visibility on this thing's awesome. You can see everything all the way around. You can see every tire just from the driver's seat, just by looking through the hole on the floor, through the kickboards, all the way around. And that's pretty much what I was aiming for. So I'm happy with how that came out. We are coming up to another rock section. What are you going to do, Ems? See how she takes this one. Perfect.
Once I got up into the bigger rocks, I realized that something still wasn't right with my gearing. With an Atlas 4.3 and 538 gears, this thing should be crawling way deeper than it is. That's when I started to get this idea that what if my transmission isn't going in the first gear? Since this is a 4L60 transmission, well, maybe there's an internal issue with the transmission or there's an electrical issue. I'm going to have to look into that one further. Since we were out on the trail already, I decided just to keep pushing through anyway. But I knew that something just wasn't right, and it seemed like I was possibly starting out in second gear and not first. That's the only thing that could explain why my crawl ratio still is so high. Right here is another good example of not being able to power over a boulder. If everything was working right, this should just easily crawl right over this. Brian works his way up through this section as well. It was cool because he didn't take the left line. The left line you can go around these boulders, but he drives right through the middle of them, making it as much of a challenge as he can.
There. Perfect.
Raina starts working her way up, and what she's trying to do is keep that left passenger tire up high so that she doesn't hit that front tie rod. We were being careful to make sure that we don't hit that front tie rod.
Slow. You're climbing on passenger front too, so that's why it's feeling weird. It'll flatten out a little bit here.
There you go. Now turn back. Yep. Now come forward. Yep.
It's gonna level out now.
Yep.
Rain is able to flatten it back out and crawl up and over this boulder section.
There you go.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep. There you go.
Nice job, hon.
Yeah, that was a pretty good line.
That was a hell of a tippy angle there. Come here, Ruby.
Rip, out of the way. Nice.
Watch that tree over there. Yeah.
Once we get up to the optional exit of Calamity, I decide to go up the right line. And the reason why is I haven't been able to make this one in drag axle in a long time, so what I wanted to do was work this line a little bit and see how this new car works. You can see right here just how sharp those front Super Duty axles can turn, and that's the whole reason that I used it, is to get that 45 or so degree steering out of the front and rear of these axles. It's been amazing to see just how sharp this will turn. I get a whole nother turn on my steering wheel than I used to. I'm really happy with how this buggy's handling overall. It's nice and low and it feels nice and stable, and it doesn't really feel tippy at all. Brian goes up the conventional line that I usually take. Now this line's a big line still. You can see just how straight up and down it makes even his wheelbase.
Oh, your back's up. I'd probably straighten up a bit, and if you can. You're through the worst part. You're up and over that.
You can see here as Brian's front driver's side tire gets up and over that ledge, it helps pull that rear driver's side tire straight up that nearly vertical wall.
Oh, it's climbing.
Brian and Raina are a couple with two really nicely built Jeeps. I gotta say, these Jeeps are really well done.
Yeah. Perfect.
Raina's got a little bit shorter wheelbase, so we're gonna have to try out a little bit different angle on this line. You can see the lower ledge that her rear passenger side tire has to climb over to help the entire Jeep get over the upper ledge.
What's back's looking really good. It's climbed it. Easy. Nice. That was a steep one. All right, we just went up the optional exit 2 out of Calamity, dropping back in to hit the main exit.
This is another good example of what was going on. Basically, I'd have to push into the gas too much to get those tires to climb over those rocks, and then when it did, the tires just started spinning and broke loose. That's a good way to lose traction. In rock crawling, you want to keep those tires moving very slow so that they don't slip and break traction. This is the original exit of Calamity. Basically what we did is drop back in and then go up and out the original exit. This section's got some pretty good boulders in it, but you can see Brian and Raina's Jeep, since their crawl ratio is correct, those tires just slowly turn and don't end up slipping and breaking loose like mine was doing.
Nice.
It looked easy.
Yeah, you got that.
Good job.
Keep it over passenger. Keep passenger.
Keep turning. Yep. There you go. Yep, there you go.
This exit has quite a few different lines on it, and I like to play around on them all and just try the different lines.
Yeah, right
This
there.
right here is the farther right line.
Yep, keep going. Turn. Other way, right there.
One thing I need to get used to is staying in the throttle and working that rear steer so that you don't lose any momentum or lose your position. That's something that's all new to me.
Little driver. Yeah,
I wanted
right
to drop back down off this ledge to test out these new brakes. One thing that I'm really happy with is these Hydro Boost brakes. They're working amazing, and dropping off a ledge like this used to be kind of sketchy on my other car because the brakes didn't want to hold it very well. But these Hydro Boost brakes will lock these things up no problem. I'm not worried about the lower gear ratio walking through these brakes. And what I mean by that is if you get your gear ratio so low, you can actually just push right through your brakes with the torque of the engine.
Rob, turn your rear into it, yeah. Turn back and turn into it. Yeah, buddy.
Oh, now it does.
Brian works his way up and out of this section of trail as well. He's going to opt for the middle line out of Calamity. That's a fun one that leans you a little bit off camber as you're trying not to get the belly of the Jeep stuck on that ledge.